Misuse of technology from offenders has been happening for quite some time.
That's why organizations that help domestic violence victims and survivors are praising the passage of a bill right now at the State House. The bill basically closes a loophole in the state's anti-stalking law.
Yeah, the state Senate and House both passed it overwhelmingly, and now it's headed to the governor's desk. 10 TV political reporter Doug Petcash live for us this evening at the State House with why domestic violence organizations are excited about this bill and what exactly it does. Doug?
Well, Colin, the bill makes it illegal for someone to put a tracking device or app on someone else's property without that person's consent. Supporters say this will help law enforcement with stalking cases and maybe even save lives.
The Choices Domestic Violence Shelter in Franklin County helped 975 survivors last year. The executive director says misuse of technology for stalking has become so prevalent, it's one of the first things they check for when a survivor comes to them for help.
We ask them to turn off their location on their phone if that has been enabled. We check and see if there's a location on their kids.
The statewide Ohio Domestic Violence Network says more than 80% of the advocates in their member programs have worked with clients who have been stalked by a tracking app or tracking device.
So we know our programs are seeing it, but that we're not being able to hold offenders accountable for what they're doing.
A new bill passed by both the Ohio House and Senate could change that. Senate Bill 100 makes it illegal to put a tracking device, such as an AirTag, or a tracking app on another person's property without their consent.
We have stalking law right now, but you have to show a pattern of behavior. And so with this bill, and once this is in our code, your first offense is breaking the law.
That first offense would be a first-degree misdemeanor with a maximum sentence of 6 months in jail. Advocates say the bill will also make it easier for police to make arrests and prosecutors to prosecute.
If you can take the tracker into evidence, you actually have something to point to prove that it occurred.
They also say it could save lives.
When survivors choose to leave, that is the most dangerous time for them. We see certainly an increase in violence.
The bill exempts law enforcement officers, bail bondspeople, and private investigators as long as they are using the tracking devices lawfully. It also exempts parents who are married and not separated, and those with sole custody of a child, among other examples.
Does this outlaw AirTags?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, Antonio says AirTags are just fine for legitimate uses like tracking your luggage. The Senate passed the bill last Wednesday, so the governor has 10 days from then to sign it or veto it. I reached out to his spokesman today who says the governor has not yet acted on it, but that should happen pretty soon. Live at the State House, Doug Petcash, 10 TV News.